I'm Ethan Liu with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Summer is supposed to be the hot season for tourism in eastern Taiwan, but this year even the hot air balloon festival isn't enough to draw in visitors.
5号照理说要全卖，6号也要全卖。热气球嘉年华14年以来，包括疫情期间，从来没有一次的开幕这么的惨。
The Taidong Hot Air Balloon Festival starts Saturday and will run through mid-August, but bookings in the area are at less than half capacity. Tourism operators say the low visitor numbers are due to the massive earthquake back in early April, which damaged buildings and transportation links. 2 Formosan Sambar deer were reportedly killed by poachers during reconstruction work at Taroko National Park. The park has been closed to the public since a massive earthquake hit eastern Taiwan in early April. Efforts are underway to clear rubble and make the area more stable for visitors. But park officials say some workers took advantage of the lack of people and secretly hunted the deer. Formosan Sambar deer are protected species in Taiwan. To avoid further harm, the park has asked police to investigate the incident and strengthen entry and exit controls. A plan to loosen rules on hiring migrant workers as caregivers is getting a mixed reaction. While some welcome it, others worry it will leave those with serious disabilities behind. Zhang Van reports.
Over 200,000 Southeast Asian caregivers are in Taiwan to help those who can't live on their own, either because of age or disability. And there could soon be many more of them on the way. This week, the Ministry of Labor announced changes to the rules on who qualifies to employ migrant workers. In addition to people over 80 and people in rural areas with histories of long hospital stays, individuals who've been permanently incapacitated can now apply without having to go through a special doctor's evaluation. These changes are meant to take effect in September. An estimated 55,000 people who can't care for themselves are expected to benefit. But while different groups acknowledge the need for more access to care, views on these rule changes are split. The concern is whether caregivers who come to Taiwan for these thousands of potential jobs will be selective about what positions they take, favoring employers with less severe conditions. Some believe the changes ease pressure on an aging society, and that where there's a demand for care, there will be someone to fill it.
为什么医师评估巴氏健保都有蛮大的一个压力，是因为说太多的家庭都有需要了，所以我想这个本身并不是排挤效应，而是说整体我们照顾的需求量太大。
But others worry that without government intervention, those who need care the most won't be able to find a caregiver.
放宽之后，要怎么去让看护工会愿意待在所谓的重症或者是照护需求比较高的地方？那我们是建议是以不同工不同酬，给薪要有差别。
Some who hire caregivers see things differently still. They say the rules need to be loosened even further, with far fewer bureaucratic hoops to qualify and far more freedom to choose. Heidi Zhang, whose parents are both ill, is one of them. She's the head of an organization that hires caregivers for people's relatives, and she says the way the hiring system works now is tough on families like hers.
You cannot forbid us to have the freedom to choose the way we are going to have the care. The government shouldn't say, hey, you are not qualified. You are less than 80 years old. You can only hire a local caregiver for 1 hour. And those who is in certain condition that you can hire the caregiver, you should give all the option to the people.
Zhang says the speed at which Taiwan's population is aging means the country can't afford to wait to open up further. She says this is the way to make sure a growing need is met, and that older people in particular have a dignified end to their lives. Patrick Chen and John Van for TaiwanPlus.
A team of over 100 students and teachers have embarked on an ocean waste cleanup project around Taiwan. President-elect Xing was in Yilan for their send-off, where they praised the project for teaching about the country's waters. The students are part of a 28-day relay. They will span almost 2,000 kilometers. While aboard, they will work with scientists to study ocean pollution and clean up the country's waters. There will be 460 students and teachers from schools across the country participating in the relay. The glow of neon lights that once brightened the streets of Hong Kong are fading, but some Hong Kongers are bringing the city's iconic signage back to life. Tiffany Wong reports.
A resting place for one of Hong Kong's most iconic sites. This NGO is collecting abandoned neon signs from around the city in hopes of preserving the dying cultural symbol that once lit up its streets.
Neon is not only signboards, it could be art and craft. And then at the same time, it gives Hong Kong identity, visual identity as well.
Okay. Advertising restaurants, dance halls, and all kinds of shops, the colorful signs are made of glass tubes filled with neon gas. Each one took careful craftsmanship that made them unique. But the NGO Tetra Neon Exchange estimates there are only around 500 neon signs still in use in the city. Thousands have been taken down over the past decade due to safety concerns and maintenance costs. But some local architects say preserving the neon signs is well worth the cost, and that they are symbols of the city's consumerist traditions, too.
In order to attract customers, they have to build a sign that is going perpendicular to the building facade to really attract the people's eyeball when they walk along the street. And when one shop builds one here, the other want to build a bigger one. And then the other one want to build a larger one that attracts more attention. So with this layering and competition, resulting in very diverse.
And it's this diversity that makes Hong Kong's skyline stand out, representing the vibrancy of the city and its residents, who will continue to seek ways to keep those lights on. Eason Pan and Tiffany Wong for TaiwanPlus.
An 89-year-old man in Japan has developed nearly a dozen free apps to help his fellow senior citizens. He only started learning how to code in retirement, proving that it's never too late to pick up a new skill. Joy Sun has more.
A check to see you've got everything you need, thanks to an app built by 89-year-old coder Suzuki Tomichi. He created the app after realizing he often forgot things, a common problem, he says, among older people. That's when Suzuki turned to computing, a hobby he took up after retiring, and he's been building other apps to make the lives of his fellow senior citizens easier.
アプリでも私が作るアプリを若い人に依頼したらまずは使えないアプリが返ってくると思っております。それはこういうニーズがある、それからお客様っていうかシニアはこんなことを期待してるんだっていうのは若い人がいくら勉強してもね、それは分からんと思うんですよ。ですからそういう意味でシニアはシニアなりにね役割があるなと思っております。
Suzuki's now built 11 free apps for seniors, from personal item reminders to a bathroom trip tracker. Japan has been reckoning with a rapidly aging society for years, with the country's birth rate recently plummeting to another new low. It's adding to fears that there won't be enough younger people or resources to support senior citizens. Thanks to technology and tools like Suzuki's apps, older folks now have options to help look out for themselves.
あいうべ体操っていうのがあるんですけど、これもね、私もうやり方はもう覚えているので、お風呂で湯船に浸かってたりしてやってるんですね。
With the rise of generative AI, Suzuki says he's even gotten a boost in his coding skills. He can now ask AI chatbots questions when he gets stuck. And encouraging other seniors to give new tech a try motivates Suzuki to be an example that it's never too late to learn. Chris Ma and Joyce Sen for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching today's What's Up Taiwan. I'm Ethan. Take care, and I'll see you next time.